Hello, it's Melissa, Mother Lover for Life, 100%, coming to you doing the Lightworker Oracle book today for a spiritual message, for a spiritual uplifting message. I've lit a candle back here for extra light, and I hope all of you are having a good day so far. I'm going to go ahead and get this reading started by lighting some sage. Thank you for tuning in. Please like, subscribe, and share if you find this message helpful. Thank you for taking time out of your day to watch this message. I hope it helps you as much as it's helping me do these videos. So I'm going to call on my angels, ascended masters, ancestors, spirit guides, Mother Mary Magdalene, Jesus Christ, Great Mystery, and Great Spirit, to cleanse my energy, my mind for a clear mind, my eyes for clear sight, my ears for hearing and listening, and my heart for purity. And I thank you for my gifts and the gift of life today. I just ask that this message get out to whoever it needs to get to at this time and help them on their spiritual path. Thank you. Okay, so if you're looking into light work or trying to figure out what a light worker is, you can find more out about it online. But this is an oracle deck by Alana Fairchild that comes with a guidebook that's been really helpful for me through this transition and, I guess, spiritual awakening and growth process. It's part of tapping into my devotion and connecting with a golden light and advancing in my spiritual gifts. So I hope that you're doing the same thing and finding growth in your life and accessing the wisdom of the divine feminine that's within you. It's the reassurance of the golden light on the spiritual path. I'm trying to receive the information that's going to help me continue growing on the spiritual path, because sometimes it can be really daunting, because the karmic is clearing from my divine feminine. I know that because I've made a lot of unhealthy choices that led to a lot of karmic events. You know, it's part of my life path, part of my spiritual growth as a divine feminine. Yeah, part of ascending the rainbow bridge, which is part of your life path, and I know that it is part of mine. It's been a long, difficult journey. I'm having alchemical mutation. You might be too. Part of your life path, clearing the karmic bonds and ties and from choices that you made unconsciously. And you might be waking up that you made those choices unconsciously. Maybe you've overextended yourself. We all do it. So initiation by water. So water's very healing. It's part of your life path to heal your inner child. Trust in the plan and initiation by water. So in order to stay in your fluidity, you might want to take salt baths. Sometimes when I'm in the shower, I envision golden light or rainbow light as the shower. I see it in my mind's eye, and I envision that water pouring over me and cleansing me. Go ahead and give it one more shuffle. Thank you, Spirit, for this message, for this group of light workers or people that are on spiritual path that are trying to access some sort of spiritual knowledge that can help them on their path and grow spiritually. So I'm going to do a Celtic cross spread with this Lightworker Oracle deck. Just going to ask Spirit for what is at the heart of this energy for this collective that I might be reading for today, that may be growing on their spiritual path, ascending the rainbow bridge, transmuting negative energy, karmic energies through the Earth Mother. And what is the message that we need to know most at the heart of this energy that I'm reading for today? There's still, I could just feel some heaviness in these cards. So thank you, Spirit, for our blessings. Thank you for our gifts. What does this collective need to know most today? At the heart of this Celtic cross spread for this Lightworker Oracle. People that may be spiritually ascending into light work or doing shadow work that need an uplifting spiritual message for this day. Ooh, that one really flew out. Holy crap, right on my sage. So this is part of your past life activation. You're accessing a spiritual door with your higher self in the cosmos. Excuse me. Through remembering who you are or who you were in a past life. So let's go ahead and read this 35 past life activation. So maybe you're attaining new gifts and skills that you had in a past life that you're just waking up to. I know I've experienced the same thing on this spiritual journey. So you're not alone. You have talents within you that have been developed through many varied life experiences. You have had many lifetimes already, even if you don't recall them consciously, helping you evolve and grow into the loving being that you are today. Your desire to grow in consciousness and spiritual power to assist the divine plan unfolding throughout the universe is heard and supported by the spiritual worlds in all ways. To this end, past life material is being activated now for your benefit and for the greater good. Your soul has a history of lifetimes through which it has learned to be wise and developed certain talents. You have learned lessons and acquired skills and abilities. Sometimes these were mastered through very challenging circumstances. You might feel you are obtaining mastery in certain areas again this lifetime, again through challenging circumstances. The soul can certainly develop through joy, love, and happiness, but often it is through an experience of conquering a challenge that the real gems are won for the crown of the soul. The oracle of the past life activation comes to you when a power you developed in a past life that would be useful for you to access in your current lifetime. Perhaps this talent or ability will become the seed of a spiritual vocation for you, a skill that expands your career or brings you personal joy. The ability that surfaces from the depths of your soul will be whatever is of greatest benefit to you now. Sometimes, whilst a treasure is emerging from the depths of your being into consciousness, it will be coated in the pain of the past. You might notice the outer coating first, the pain of abandonment, rejection, ridicule, or shaming that perhaps resulted in the suppression or denial of that soul gift in your past life. This may be the reason you have not incarnated with it fully awakened and at your immediate disposal. You have to allow it to rise up to you, and you need to dig a little to crack the opening and open the coating of a wound and free the treasure that temporarily became trapped in that pain. When you release the pain, you free the treasure once locked within it. Perhaps your gift was challenging to a community in a past life, whereas now it would be more readily accepted because that community has mastered spirituality or spiritually over time. Or perhaps you have matured and now will value your gift and be open to divine guidance to show you how to use it for the greatest good of this in this lifetime. The gift you were reviving is worthwhile. As you cleanse the memories, beliefs, or programs that once caused you to subconsciously protect yourself from hiding your talents by hiding your talents, you will grow strong enough to process the pain and stand in the truth of your reclaimed gifts. If you have been considering a new line of work, feeling you'd like to explore or express different talents, or have the urge to develop an interest and transform it into a vocation, you are very likely already feeling the stirrings of that past life activation now taking place for you. Trust the changes you feel. A part of your divine inheritance is being restored to you. So to invoke this past life activation, you can say this out loud, to yourself or out loud. Excuse me. Through divine grace, protection, mercy, and empowerment, I call for the activation of all past life gifts and abilities that will serve my greatest and most joyful, inspirational, and soul satisfying success this lifetime. I ask for healing, assistance from the higher beings that love me unconditionally so that I can swiftly release any unhelpful conditioning or resistance to the expression of these talents. I ask for inspiration and guidance to bring them to life in the world in the best way this lifetime. May all beings receive their full divine inheritance with mercy and grace. Through my own free will, so be it. So you can rewind that back and say that out loud if you like. That is a past life activation that this group of people, whoever may be watching this message, may be accessing past life activations and gifts through releasing old wounds and allowing them to go back to the divine to be healed and sent back to you energetically to unlock those gifts that lie within the wounds that maybe you held on to, the pain. Sometimes we just get used to sitting in that pain. That's all we know. Until we truly surrender. Because sometimes we say that we surrender, but we really don't, and we still cling on to that pain because it's familiar. I know I've done that. So if you're struggling with release and surrendering that pain to the divine, my prayers are with you. So, surrendering to the divine plan through this past life activation, opening this spiritual door to access your gifts and talents that the divine is restoring to you now, if you call them to you, through releasing the wounds and healing those wounds. A lot of the wounds have acquired through different lifetimes. Okay. So, crossing past life activation is hold your center. So during this activation of accessing this golden door to your higher self and accessing these new spiritual gifts and talents through releasing the wounds and holding your center through the process, because your higher self and the angels are behind you in this threshold, protecting you while you hold your center and access these gifts through the release and surrender of the wounds that no longer serve you. Tapping into your divine birthright. No longer holding yourself back, because you're accessing the key of light. It's a gift being given to you from the divine. So these keys, it's kind of like they're like the touching of the fingers. God is infusing these gifts and talents to you because you are releasing these wounds from the past, holding your center, accessing this key of light that only the divine can give you. That's the key, the release of the wounds to access these new gifts and talents. As you release, you will acquire new gifts from the key of light. So hold your center through the past life activation. That is the key. Continue holding your center. Stay grounded and hold your center as you release these wounds of the past. So 35, 34, 26. It's the reassurance of the golden light. It's part of your life path to access this key of light. It's your divine gift for releasing these old wounds that you've carried with you for so long. What else do they need to know, Spirit? Thank you for this gift. Thank you for this message. So activating past life gifts through releasing old wounds, holding your center. That's the key to the light. Frequencies through this third ray of creative intelligence. Using your creative intelligence to access this key of light. Because this old self, this cracked, it's just like she's slumped over, cracked and broken. It's the old shell that she's being released from, like a cocoon, going through this spiritual metamorphosis, becoming the butterfly. It's a process. So, past life activation, continue holding your center. That's the key to access this third ray of creative intelligence through this heart transmission, awakening of the higher heart, through unconditionally loving, nurturing yourself through the process, being gentle on yourself through this process, because some of these wounds are very sensitive. So trust in the plan. Trust in the plan, soul child. This is part of it. This is your desire. You know that you are a star child, a star seed, sent here to do a divine job. And part of that divine job is healing yourself and releasing the wounds of the past through accessing this past life activation and holding your center during the release of these wounds, because not everyone is going to understand that. You have a key to the divine, your divine creative intelligence through connecting and accessing your heart and receiving the heart transmission from the divine. And by trusting in the plan is how you are accessing these gifts and talents, because you are a star child. And you know it. You have a knowing that you're a star child. Star seed. You don't just have a desire of it, you have a knowing of it. It resonates as truth in you. So the star child, you can see the waters coming through her fingers. The river of life is flowing through her or him through accessing this heart transmission, opening your heart through trusting in a plan. Your faith is growing stronger. The light of the stars exists within you. The earth wants you to share that light with humanity. You are asked to understand that you are meant to be here, that you have spiritual work to accomplish. Give up the idea that you belong somewhere else, to another home in the stars. Instead, let the starlight of your inner being shine here on earth, where it shall make such a positive difference in the world. Fall in love with the earth's beauty. She can and will support you in all ways. So keep that connection. Grounding yourself here on earth enables you to fulfill your life mission. You cannot accomplish this without feeling that you belong here. Your feet need to be planted on the earth. Relax and trust that you are meant to be here. You have a special light to share and a particular vibration to live, so that the quotient of embodied spiritual light on the earth increases. You are a part of an important team of spiritual beings working to assist humanity to grow spiritually. Because you are a star child. It can be channeled to energize humanity with a can-do attitude towards creating a more loving and functional world. Remember, you came to this planet to learn and to help heal others. You agreed to take this journey because you can assist both the earth and humanity to evolve their frequency. It is possible, and you are helping make it so. So the invocation of this is, I call upon the star wisdom of my own spirit and ask that my love, light, power, presence, protection, and assistance shine forth for the highest good. May I shine divine beauty and joy in my life now and always. I feel a deep and true connection to my spirit, to the earth and the universe. May love flow through me according to its own intelligence and healing wisdom to all beings upon this earth. Through divine grace and my own free will, so be it. So you can play that back and say that to yourself if you like, to access the star child, to reconnect with your spirit, the power of your own spirit and knowing. So that during this past life activation, you can maintain to hold your center and know that you have access to the key of light through your connection with the divine, and creating through this creative intelligence, because you're coming out of this broken part through healing these wounds and allowing the divine to take them and release them and send that energy back to you healed, to pack those wounds within your heart, to heal this heart. By trusting in the plan, you access the star child energy, your star seed, so that you can go out and help other star seeds on their journey. What else does this collective need to know, Spirit? Thank you for this message. Thank you for our gifts. Thank you for helping us heal our hearts from past wounds. Thank you for helping us trust in the plan. What else do they need to know? What else might they need to know, Spirit? How does the collective, how do others view this collective? What is our fears and what is the right action, Spirit? If we maintain to access these past life activations, receive our gifts through holding our center, connecting to the key of light, through our creative intelligence, through reconnecting and healing our hearts and trusting in the divine plan that we are star children. How do others view this collective? Okay. So they are viewing us as being in the fourth ray of harmony, accessing this door within our hearts. It's bursting open. As you can see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I don't know if that represents accessing your 5D, your higher heart, your thymus gland. Maybe that's bursting forward. And others are watching it. They're seeing the change of you accessing your higher heart and the acknowledgement that you know that you are a starseed. So, what's under the fears for this collective, Spirit? Could you tell me what is the fear that this collective may be having at this time as they access past life gifts through healing old wounds and releasing the pain while they're holding their center, accessing the key of light from the divine, tapping into their creative intelligence, coming out of their cocoons, healing their heart through the heart transmission, trusting in the plan that their higher self is telling them that they are star children, and that others are viewing these star children, that they are in harmony within and harmony with others. What is the fear of this collective that I'm tapping into today? What is a fear that they need to be aware of, Spirit? Okay. The fear of mastering their healing. Maybe you fear that you're not mastering your healing. Maybe you have doubts and fears that you aren't healing enough. I know that I often can feel that way, that maybe I'm just not healing enough. Maybe I'm not surrendering enough. Maybe I'm not trusting enough in the plan. Maybe you're fearing that you are not mastering this healing. Just the thought of wondering if you're mastering your healing means that you're healing. So, and the fact that this is what you are, this is your right action. This is what you're doing. You're being of spiritual service because you're mastering this healing, because you're in harmony within yourself and in balance within yourself, because you have a knowing that you are a star child and you've trusted in the plan and you continue to trust in the plan as your heart awakens to a deeper love of yourself, a love of others, a love of your creative intelligence through this process. It's part of the key of light, and the light just got brighter. It's part of your past life activation, and you're doing great. So continue to hold your center. You're doing exactly what you're supposed to be doing. We are all so hard on ourselves. So continue to remain in harmony, star children. You are mastering your healing, and I am too. And that's part of our growth, so that we can be of more spiritual service to ourselves and others and to the world. So I'm really grateful for that spiritual message today. I know that I'm having a past life activation and I'm trying to maintain holding my center. It's not always easy. But I do try to remain in the with the connection of the key of light, because I know that's what I'm supposed to do intuitively, and um, I'm trying to express myself creatively, and what I feel in my heart that's going on, and how I am trusting in a plan, that I am a star child, and mastering that harmony within me so that I can go out and share how I'm healing myself with the rest of the world, and how it's working in my life as part of my spiritual service, and sharing this message with you on how I'm doing it, and how I'm not perfect at it, and how I'm going to continue making mistakes. And that's just part of the growth process. So thank you for sharing the spiritual message with me. I hope that you found it helpful. I know that I did. Let's get a couple from the Kuan Yin, Divine Feminine Oracle. Excuse me. So I hope that you found that message helpful. Sharing these messages with you guys helps me. Oops. I got other stuff in here that doesn't need to be in here. Okay. I know this is part of my spiritual service. You know, even the transition from trying to quit drugs and alcohol and unhealthy relationships, that's part of my spiritual service too. You know, sometimes it's the ugly truth. We've all participated. In unhealthy dynamics, unhealthy relationships with ourselves. Yeah. Divine connection is the gateway of heaven. So, thank you, Spirit, for this gift of divine connection. I know it's one of the only things that keeps me going in my life, is connecting with my divine connection, knowing that I'm on a spiritual path. The Amaryllis Lute. You are growing fast and leaving fear behind. When your vibration changes, so too does your life. It is safe and loving for you to release that which no longer feels right for you. No matter how important it was in your old life, it may not have the same place in your new life. Accept healing change now. So that's a message from this Kuan Yin Oracle, the blessings, guidance, and enlightenment of the Divine Feminine. So you're growing fast. Maybe faster than you thought you would. Your vibration's changing quickly, and it's safe and loving for you to release that what no longer feels right for you, what no longer resonates as truth for you. It will just be so uncomfortable you won't be able to handle it. Then you know for sure that it is not resonating as truth for you. No matter how important it was in your old life, it just doesn't have the same place in your new life, if it has a place at all. So accept the change and healing now. Orchard Priestess of Destiny. So she's playing her flute. In this one, she's playing a mandolin. It looks like a mandolin to me. I don't know. We'll see what you guys think. She's playing. She is the instrument of a divine source, and so are you. You're an instrument of the higher God, source, Godhead, whatever you want to call spirit. The orchard priestess of your highest spiritual destiny calls to you now. She inspires you to discover and express your purpose. You are encouraged to live into your potential with all of its uniqueness and beauty. Her sweet flute playing deep in your heart, blossoms of orchard and chrysanthemum falling from her feet, she stirs your heart to quest for your true soul passion. So you're being called to tap into your true soul passion. Wow, that one really came out fast. The next message is your enlightened heart. So your heart has been enlightened in some way, shape, or form by the Divine Mother. The wish of the Divine Mother is that you become free. Enlightenment is a culmination of many small steps, each one as a drop of water forming a divine ocean of peace. Realization, love, and unity within, an ocean that washes away fear, separation, and scarcity, and bathes us in abundance and bliss. You carry the torch of enlightenment within your heart. Let it shine. So that's the message from the Kuan Yin Oracle, to acknowledge that you're growing fast beyond fear. Your destiny is calling you to your highest spiritual destiny. So express your purpose, your true soul passion, your heart quest. The Divine Mother is wishing you to become free. So that's just another spiritual acknowledgement from the Divine Mother, the Divine Feminine. It was on the bottom of my deck when I did the Dreams of Gaia Oracle today. I actually had the Mother on the bottom of my deck and Destiny in the heart of my spread. So that's just a little bit out of my personal reading today, and I hope you enjoyed this Lightworker Oracle and this Kuan Yin Oracle deck today for a spiritual uplifting message, and I hope that it helps your heart heal and opens and enlightens that higher heart, and I hope that you have a beautiful, blessed day. Go out and do something that makes your heart smile, and take a walk in nature and reconnect with the Earth Mother to transmute whatever difficulties that you might be having at this time, to calm your mind and your heart. So thank you for tuning in. Peace. Mother Lover out. Have a good day.